Hey guys, what's up? It's Ray and welcome to this new video. This video is going to be another episode of our 10 Questions 2 series where I ask more well-known YouTubers some questions about their YouTube experience and maybe also a little bit of their personal lives. I have another guest with me. It's Amber, also known as GoingCrazy201. You probably heard of her. You can introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi guys, I do random videos, well, mainly Runescape videos, but I've also been known for Final Fantasy videos. I'm known on most platforms as either Going Crazy 20, Amber Mew, Amber Meow, or GC20 Amber.
Alrighty then. Thanks for Amber for being here. I know it takes a little bit of our time, so yeah, thank you. I'm gonna ask some questions. I've actually discussed these questions with a couple of people. Said 10 questions. Maybe people want to hear. Please listen to this in the background. There's nothing happening on screen right now, so just play RuneScape and see if you like this. Of course, at the end of the video, give this video a like. I have Amber's YouTube channel also in the video description, maybe somewhere on the screen as well. Depends if I remember, which I'll probably forget, but someone will put me to it. Anyway. So that's her channel, and of course subscribe to both of us. And if you haven't heard of her, make sure to check it out. She has pretty much a guide on pretty much every quest, isn't it?
Just about, yeah.
Wow.
There's a few I had to take down due to partnership. They required you having no strikes on your account, and I had to take a few down to obtain partnership. But right now I'm waiting for Jagex to finish doing their whole HTML5 upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be able to start at least making some of the more basic quest guides.
Alright. Well, as she said herself, she has pretty much every quest down there. So if you need any help on any quest whatsoever, I'm pretty sure it's on her channel. So you want to begin the questions?
Sure.
Question number 1, which I ask everyone: how would you describe your channel as a whole?
Well, I'd like to say it's a general gaming community, but it's been focusing more on RuneScape lately. During the beginning, I had an initial channel called GoingCrazy20, which is why a lot of people, they go, oh, well, how come some of your videos it says GoingCrazy20 not 201? It's because that used to be my original channel. Unfortunately, I put up way too many music videos and, well, of Final Fantasy fan-made videos, and it was then this was back before DMCA became known, and then when they started enforcing on YouTube, I got a bunch of strikes, and whoops, they were at my channel. So Going Crazy 201 is actually my second channel.
So it's, yeah, okay. Well, I've never heard of Going Crazy 20, but
Yes.
that was like RuneScape or mostly Final Fantasy?
That was before I even know RuneScape existed.
All right. And the channel you have right now is mostly RuneScape, but also other games.
Yes, well, I started off Final Fantasy first. Like, I have full playthrough walkthroughs of Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10.
All right.
So,
Okay.
my first love is Final Fantasy.
All right. Then, how many of those videos do you do now? Like, if you see per week or per month?
I'm lucky if I can have the time to sit down and edit even one video a month.
Wow.
Most of what I've been editing, or I haven't really been editing anything recently. I've just been doing straight uploads of what I've recorded. But I'm going to try and do a little bit of editing after I move in between, but I'm going to be taking a course after I move, so we'll see how that goes.
RuneScape before IRL blocks. All right. Question number 2: how long have you been playing RuneScape for, and also how long have you been making videos of RuneScape?
I started making videos in 2005. That was with my first channel. I didn't start playing RuneScape until about 2 years later, in late 2007.
All right. And that was, yeah, okay. So that's why you probably like those 07 servers now.
Yes, because that's what I started playing as.
All right. What is important to you when you make your videos? What is the maybe the minimum guideline, or maybe something that you really spend a lot of time working on?
Oh, I'd like the videos to be helpful and to get out as fast as possible after I've recorded them. Unfortunately, you can see in a lot of my videos that I really tried rushing them to get them out there just a little too quickly, instead of putting the time and effort into editing them properly as well as recording them properly the first time. So, which is why I have to go back and record some of them, because some of them, they're still valid, but I did some screws up because I was just trying to get them out as quickly as possible. So I'm trying to work on getting them to be good as opposed to pumping them out as fast as I can.
Oh, that's what you used to do. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I know
Yes.
how important it is to get the video out as soon as possible because the first one on YouTube probably gets the most views and is the most.
Yeah, but the first one on YouTube and the one with the most views doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best one out there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know that, but I know why you have the rush to get them out
Hmm.
there as quickly as possible. And of course, sometimes if you do it too quickly, it lacks quality. Um, yeah,
Unfortunately, yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Alrighty. Um, Question number 4: Who inspired you to make or you to start making your videos?
Well, I wasn't really inspired. When I first started with Final Fantasy walkthrough, playthrough-ish videos, I did it because no one else had done full game walkthroughs yet. It had been, some of it had been touch and go on boss things and just little clippets of that, but no one had actually done a full game on YouTube at that point because YouTube was still pretty young. And so I thought it would be an awesome idea to do it because when I was younger, I had recorded it on VHS, if anyone actually remembers what VHS are.
Old
And
school.
because of the forums, there was also a lot of people that they didn't know how to beat certain parts of the Final Fantasy games. And because, I was rather adamant about the series, I thought, okay, that would be kind of cool. So I started doing those out and I taught quite a few video makers on how to do it themselves. And I guess word just kind of spread, hey, people actually watch this, people actually like this. So a lot of people started doing it. And before long, there was a lot of other people that were doing a whole range of video games. So I thought that was kind of cool. As for RuneScape videos, though, which has been my more prominent thing as of late, it was actually the friend who got me into the game. He also taught me about quests. His in-game RuneScape name is Flared2. He's since quit for, I think, WoW or a few other things. But I think he should be credited for those because it was during Ernest the Chicken that I was taught about Sal's Realm. And after about an hour of helping people, I saw how they just got confused by the text guide. So I thought, well, I already have experience in making guides, so I didn't see that it was that big of a deal to jump from Final Fantasy to RuneScape. So I started making those, and well, here we are.
All right. Wow. I didn't know it could go that easy. Like just playing what you
Yeah.
love and start making video. All right. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I never tried to be known, to have people know who I was. I just did what I wanted to do.
I
It
think
was never a question of, oh, I want to make this amount of views, I want to make this amount of subs. I
never,
just made.
ever.
No, I just made.
Not even after you got a little bit more well known. I mean, sure, people start watching your Final Fantasy and of course your Quest guide were probably the first ones on YouTube. Well, one of the first ones, and maybe one of the better ones as well at that time. Uh, and of course, still, um, not even when you got a little bit more well known, when you got your first couple K subs, and you were like, "Wow, this is going quite good. Maybe I can even make my job out of it by getting either partnership
No,
or."
I thought it was cool. Up until I hit 10,000 subscribers, I actually used to go to every single one of my subscribers' channels and thank them for subscribing.
Wow.
So, so
Wow.
yeah, I was very interactive with my community. It's just that when it reached over 10,000 and it started jumping up higher and higher, I'm like, okay, I can't keep up with. I don't have the time to thank, over a dozen people a day to subscribe. So that's kind of why I stopped doing it,
Wow, that's dedication.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Thanking every single one.
Dedication can
Wow.
only take you so far, though.
Yeah, but still, 10,000, like horrible. Oh my god.
Well, I got just over 10,000 just from the Final Fantasy videos alone.
Oh yeah,
So,
of course you were the first one of those as well. Yeah,
mhm.
I can imagine. I can't even imagine going like. I mean, I don't even have close to 10,000 subs, but still, I mean, I love my subscribers. Don't get me wrong, but going to every single one of their channels and say, "Oh, thank you, great, great, thank you." It's like wow. Anyway, as for the game right now, as you guys probably already know, and Amber, you of course as well, they have been playing the EOC, which is the Evolution of Combat, which they recently. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's no. Okay, and you have that, and of course you have the part which is the seventh or the 2007 Scape server, and
Yay.
of course, don't. Okay, but what are your thoughts of that? Just go for it.
I prefer the the '07 servers, mainly because getting things like skill capes, they actually mean something, and the spammers and gamblers aren't as prevalent there, although we are starting to see a couple bots starting to leak onto the servers. It's the version that got me into the game to play it. However, if I had started RS now during the EOC, I probably wouldn't still be playing it because I would just probably just go play WoW or something.
Wow.
But no, I prefer the '07 because things are more of an achievement in the game. Like now, it's like the completionist cape, trim completionist cape. Oh, no life. You're here. We want kids to get out and be active, but we're also going to put that the trim completionist requires what 2,500 Castle Wars games at least
Five
10 minutes a pop.
thousand. 5,000.
Holy crap. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's I
That
mean,
sounds fun, wasn't it?
yeah, I mean you could AFK and do your homework or other things when you were playing the '07, but with EOC you actually have to pay attention for all of it. Skills you like rune crafting, for example. It's no longer an accomplishment to be seen with the rune crafting cape because you can just go do you can
Runespan,
AFK
yeah.
it pretty badly in RuneSpan, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's horrible. I
Well,
mean, back in '07, before RuneSpan and all that crap came out, like woodcutting, oh, that's so awesome. Before Ivy, that was an achievement. Rune crafting was such a rare cape to see because no one had the almost no one had the patience to go get that cape the old-fashioned ways, and people were all about double nats and stuff, and fire making, that was boring as hell, hurt your wrist, and it was, it's just a cape that you got to trim other capes, but it still took a while. But now the only skill that hasn't been altered yet is fletching. So everything
yeah, is that the
else
only one?
just is so easy. I think so. I think it's one of the few that doesn't have some sort of mini game or easier way to train it.
I'm actually thinking right now. I thought smithing, but no, you've got artisan workshop. I guess you can say agility, because to be honest, the flash powder factory is kind of.
No, 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 no.
Oh, you
Advanced
see that's
forces.
okay. Yeah, but that's better experience rates, I guess. Higher level content. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Because to be honest, like before that kind of stopped at 75, didn't it? With the ape tool.
Yeah, before that it was like Apatol all the way.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you did
know one of
that.
my friends actually got 99 Apatol before the advance came out.
Oh, 99 ape tool is a new skill on itself. All right. Yeah.
No, the Apatol agility
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could say. I mean, I totally respect everyone's opinion. That's well, kind of that's my personal opinion. I respect everyone's. If you want to play '07 and if you want to play EOC, that's completely fine with me. That's why they exist side by side, and I hope they will still do for quite a while, so everyone can still play. What I don't get though is the rivalry. I mean, I can hear in your voice already how much you love the '07 server, and as soon as I said EOC, you went blah, well, which is which is fine, but what I don't get is with every video that's been uploaded on YouTube as of right now, either if it is on the EOC or on the '07 server, if it's on the EOC, all the people that will be playing the '07 server are gonna hate on that video, and vice versa, and that's something I don't like about right now. It's actually splitting the community up. But as for everything else, I mean, I personally
Well,
really enjoy the EOC. Um,
I do still play the EOC, but as in preference goes, I do prefer '07.
if
So,
and as you
but
said,
I,
like,
I I do still play both. I will play both.
all right, but as you said, like, if the '07 wasn't here, you said you would probably be playing WoW or something.
Well, yeah, well, no, if I had started playing RuneScape now, the way
All
it
right.
is now, there's a good chance I'd be turned off from the game because it would be like, okay, well, a lot of people probably are screaming at their screens right now. No, it's nothing like WoW. It's nothing. Actually, the hotkeys and all that stuff, it is quite a bit like WoW now, except it's not as in depth as WoW is. So it's kind of like WoW light, I guess.
Wow, lights. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, no,
Sure.
well, like example, WoW, you can do so much more stuff like Okay, here you can choose your race, you can choose your class, you can choose different specializations in your class. Meanwhile, RuneScape is like, okay, here's melee. You can have two-handers or one-handers. So here's range. You can have two-handers or one-handers. So here's magic. You can either use normal spellbook or this spellbook, and it's like, okay, that's not a whole lot of choices. And all the cosmetic stuff they're doing in stupid microtransactions.
Yeah.
Whereas WoW, you go, you run the instance, or you kill the monster, or you run the raid until you get the armor set that you want, and you can transmog it on your own. You don't need to go and spend real life cash in order to get it.
No.
So,
Well, again, that's a comparison between RuneScape and WoW, not as much as the
yes.
07 and EUC, which is completely fine. But like, everyone has their own like opinion, and that's completely fine. I mean, the EOC, some people say it's like WoW, some people say it's not like WoW. I have no opinion because I've never played WoW, never seen WoW in my life. To be completely fair, and I have no intention to right now. It's
It's fun to play, but when you get to like the higher levels, like level 90, it's all about dailies. Dailies, dailies, dailies.
you talking about
And
EOC
instant
now, or
runnings and raid runnings.
oh, you're talking about WoW?
Wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because to be honest, like there's a lot of dailies on RuneScape as well. What I didn't get though,
There
there's
is
one,
now.
yeah, there's one thing. As you said before, there's like at WoW you can begin and start your race or choose your race. I'm sorry. You can start out. Yeah, you can your I guess your WoW life. That sounded kind of weird, but your yeah, that kind of depends on that choice, which I don't get on RuneScape. Though is that you can start out. Me and a friend actually tried that once. We started out. We could choose like to be a ranger or a woodcutter or a whatever kind of thing, but it didn't affect our thing at all. It was just like a different kind of clothing, and that was it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there should be like an advantage to if you are a woodcutter, you get like a 5% extra experience
Yeah,
boost or
it's
something.
like with WoW, certain races, they get these specific racial abilities, and some of them they have increased ability for enchanting or jewel crafting or leatherworking, blacksmithing, stuff like that. And say I want to become, I don't know, one of my accounts, she's a blood elf.
Hmm.
Blood elves, I think they're higher, they can become higher, slightly higher enchanters. They they can get a higher cap by a few levels, and so I went and did that. But say I made my paladin a miner and a blacksmither. The higher her mining got, I believe it was mining or blacksmithing, there's a passive ability that comes with the skill that I believe is called toughness.
Hmm.
And it's where you have, I think it's slightly increased defense. And one of my other characters, she's a skinner, and she learns this thing called anatomy where she can have a chance to deal critical hits more often the higher her skill level goes. So at least there you do have the passive bonus for your skills. Whereas RuneScape, it's just, so why did you get that level up? No, I don't know, I wanted a higher level overall. It's like, okay, well, what advantage to you do you actually get from it? I get a higher level. And it's like, okay, well, a lot of the skills unfortunately are like that.
Yeah, okay, but it kind of sounds weird because if you say like if Jagex comes out with things like extended courses for agility, you're like, well, wait, that's for people who have done it the old way. Because I mean, Jagex is trying to fix that. If you think about that, like to make sure that the higher level content that's actually worth it to go and train that to that level. So you actually have something to do there instead of just going for the skill cape or going for your mass cape or whatever.
Yeah, because tons of people totally use like fletching and fire making every day in their RuneScape. they,
As I
they
said,
they
they're
totally they
trying to
totally
fix
go
that.
around and cook a bunch, and
Yeah, okay.
as opposed to
I do
just
know what you mean.
buying
Yeah.
what they need off the GE instead of making it themselves.
I do realize that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, for people in the comments below, it's okay for me if you play those 7 completely fine. Go enjoy that. You can still talk in between the EOC and those 7. Think that's a really nice touch. And if you want to play EOC, that's completely fine as well. But please, as for me right now, it's not just my videos. For any video maker out there, please don't hate on the video just because you don't like EOC or you don't like '07. Just give the video a rating or a like on how you enjoyed it or whatever.
Well, both of them have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
So neither, like, all the bashing that I may do, say in my clan chat, it's all in jest. I'm
Yeah.
not wholly serious about it. Like, somebody comes in and say, oh, they have a discussion with me. Oh, I don't like '07 because of this. I think EOC rocks. And I'll be like, well, I like '07 because of this. And, it's your opinion. I'm not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, what? You hated on '07? I'm going to kick you out. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It's no.
Yeah, as long as
No.
it's a friendly discussion, you don't try to persuade or something, or like completely shoot someone down if he plays the opposite game or the opposite
Mhm.
server, really. So yeah, that's pretty much about that. You want to go to the next question, or you still have something on that one?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, question number 6. This is a more personal one. First of all, how old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
30 years old. And does making videos or playing RuneScape ever affect you IRL? I know you're moving right now and
Uh,
everything.
it hasn't, making videos hasn't really affected my life too much outside of the computer. There's maybe a couple instances. One is where my son has met a couple people that knew of my videos, and he became kind of friends with them. And just recently, one of my coworkers, actually, her son, found out that his mother works with me. So I thought it was really cute to surprise him one day. She actually came up to me and she's like, with a piece of paper, she's like, can you I know this is gonna sound really funny, but can you autograph this for my son? I think it would
Uh,
make his day. And I thought it was really cute because it's the first ever autograph I had ever done. But yeah, now a couple coworkers tease me. They're like, "Oh, YouTube person, you're a big YouTube." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Stop."
oh yeah.
But other than that, no, it really hasn't affected what I do too much. It's just another aspect of my life.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that was so cute. No, but also in things. I mean, like, have you ever? I there must be someone in your life. I don't know, but have you ever had like a conversation or something that he was like, well, why are you playing RuneScape all the time? Why are you making these videos? Has it always been the support, or has it also been things like where you were actually stopped by people IRL and said like, maybe it's not a good idea, or maybe it's a time for you to stop, or something like that?
No, the only person that's ever said you should stop being on the computer was my auntie, but she said it in a rather not nice way, and I ended up blocking her on Facebook because I don't I want to have a diversified. I don't want just like she she fed her cat until the poor thing got so fat it died from being fat, right? Like,
Oh,
and
really, the person you need to take
she
advice from,
she
yeah.
treats her kids, or she treats her cats like kids. She
Hmm.
has a couple friends she talks to once in a while. I don't want to be like that, which is why I never took what she said to heart, except for the fact that I'm not going to have you sit on my Facebook outwardly bashing stuff that I do just because you don't agree with it.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with something I do, you can talk to me objectively, but as soon as you start doing that kind of stuff, like, oh, you need to get a life because you do this, and it's like, okay, well, what about all those 12-hour shifts that I pulled at work to support your ass when when you didn't have a damn job to stand on your feet, right? It's like, don't if it's worded wrong, then I don't have to stand up for it.
I completely agree.
Hmm.
All right. Question number, what are we on? 7. Have you ever
Yes.
considered making other videos like guides or PVM or PvP? I mean, the whole community of RuneScape is like diverse and yeah.
I've debated making guides and maybe some PVM to go with, like, say, a Slayer guide or something like that, but I need to get the time to get the quest guides up to date, and that's a huge undertaking on its own. And I'm not a huge PvPer except maybe on Minecraft, but Even then, I'm
Yeah.
not that big into it. I'll only PvP people on Minecraft if they piss me off.
No, do you think like your subscriber? Of course, they are subscribed to you because they like your quest videos, or just want to have the. I don't know. They just like you as a video maker. Do you think they will start unsubscribe or maybe start hating on you if you start changing your routine of making quest guides?
No, I've had quite a few people request me for skill guides and the such, but it's just, as I said, just sheer time that I don't have the time to do all the stuff that they want me to do. Unfortunately, a lot of them, I think they still think that I'm a teenager and I have all this free time when no, I have a teenager and a
Wow.
job, and I don't have all this free time that they think. I mean, the last few months, as I said, I don't know if I mentioned in the interview earlier that I'm actually going to be moving, and I'm moving from an apartment to a fixer-upper house. So
It's a
I've
big
been,
undertaking, yeah.
yeah, I know. I just finally got the paint. The carpet's been ripped out. I need to get new carpeting and I need to paint. And
That's a lot of
um,
work.
yeah, well, I'm gonna be moving before the end of March, so it's real crunch time for me now. Like everything but my computer desk and my bed pretty much is been taken apart and most of my junk is in boxes. So
Yeah, I don't also think that people always realize how much time it actually takes to make a proper video. And if you want to stay on the quality that you do, you don't want to be just like pushing out these videos with crappy quality.
yeah, making the videos isn't too much the issue. It's the biggest time consumption is editing and trying to get it right.
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
I
if
I
I
went from
sorry, go
I
on.
went from Adobe Premiere 6.5 and something my hard drive fried itself. And so I upgraded my operating system to Windows 7, which required it wouldn't take Adobe Premiere 6.5 anymore, and that's what I had been using. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to stick with Adobe. So they have this thing where you can do a monthly rental of it,
Hmm.
and that's what I've been doing, trying to get used to using. I think it's one sec. Let me just check. Start menu. It's Adobe Premiere Pro CS6, which from 6.5 to CS6, there's a lot of differences in that. So I'm trying to learn everything that I had learned with the old one. And people tried saying Sony Vegas, and that's a couple $100 on its own. And you should see my credit card bills. I don't think they'd like me very much if I tried to buy that. So,
Yeah. Well, it's also something people don't realize the actual software to actually edit and record your videos, how much time and money is going to spend in there.
mm,
And of course, when I say making a video, of course I mean plus recording, plus rendering, plus uploading, plus yeah, everything. Um, how much time? Just on question, how much time do you actually spend per video? If you just make an average quest guide or just average, how much time do you spend
even
recording, editing?
a 5 to 10 minute quest video, that takes about maybe 5 to 20 minutes in prep, and then it takes another, like, there's a lot of stuff that I will edit out, like if I'm doing the quest with somebody and I'm waiting around for them, or if I get interrupted, like a phone call or something, I need to edit that out, and it's just a bunch of that stuff, and that's on editing, or sorry, that's not on editing, that's on recording alone. For editing on, say, a 5 to 10 minute video, you're looking at least half an hour
Yeah.
just to get it right the way I want it to, and that's not even, then I have to save the raw video, and then I double compress it so
Wow.
that it retains as much of its quality as possible, as well as hopefully improving the sound quality and the volume a little bit if need be. And so that takes time as well. So it's,
As you say, for an overall, just tell me a number, tell me a time.
if I were to go straight from prepping to it being ready to upload, you're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, depending on the complexity.
Wow. Well, there you have it. It's and that's for a
for a 10-minute video.
yeah, 5-10 minute video. That's wow. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Question number 8. Do you
Yes.
think being a female video maker is a big part of your success? I mean, loads of them are male, let's just
Mm-hmm.
say, yeah, and of course, there are some people who start nerdgasming over a female video maker. So, do you think that's a
Oh
big
my
part?
God, a female player, so sexy. Gasm, 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 gasm.
Exactly.
I
So,
want to do this to you. I want to do this to your voice. I love you. No, you don't. No, you don't.
so
So,
yeah, I totally get that. I never
so
heard that on
yeah,
my videos.
unfortunately, I'd have to say yes to that.
Uh huh.
I think it's may have stunted my growth as a channel somewhat, not only due to the skepticism of a female gamer and the hate that does come towards that by some people, but also due to the fact that when I have reached out for some good objective criticism, now objective criticism is where you say, well, I don't like this about the video because, and this is what I would like to see instead. That is objective criticism, not the trolling of, oh, this vid sucks. Like, give her, instead of just saying, oh, this vid sucks, say, I don't like this aspect of the video because maybe you could do this instead. It would be better. So unfortunately, I don't get the varied feedback of objective criticism as some of my male counterparts do, or at least that's what I feel. A lot of them are, you do a video and it's chick gasm video. Oh my god, tits or GTFO, as opposed to if a guy had done that instead.
Oh, I always get that too. They
So,
also want to see my tits. It's so annoying. Um,
yeah, I know, isn't it?
I know. Um, but yeah, that's so you do think there is some sort of kind of advantage, but there's
Stigmatism.
also sorry.
It holds you back more than it pushes you forward. I think a lot of people, oh, wouldn't have many, probably I wouldn't have as many subscribers, but the quality of some of my comments may be a lot better than they are now if I had the danglies down there as opposed to up here.
Right. Sure.
I know,
um,
interesting way of putting it.
yeah, that's an amazing way. I actually had to think about that for a second. All right. So, um, let's see. Question number 9. Is there any tips you can give a beginning YouTuber?
For beginners, I don't know. It's the way that I mentioned I did it earlier. Just do what you feel like doing. All the people that I've ever seen count on or striving to make it big almost never do. And so just do what you want to do. Do what makes you like doing what you do so that you continue doing what you do. Always keep yourself in your mind open on tips from viewers on how to improve. It's just a lot of open-mindedness that you have to have, and interaction when you're small is a really big thing. Like when you're a smaller channel, like say under a couple thousand subscribers, is a really big thing. Interact with your viewers. You know, I know I don't interact with my viewers as much as I would like to,
Hmm.
but it's like with the O7 servers out, I've been getting stopped every now and then with people like, "Oh, hey, I remember you." So I'll sit back for, upwards of 20 minutes and just chat with them, interacting with them so that they know, I'm not just going to put them on ignore and run away as fast as I can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that what baffles me like every single time. I know people have been sending me personally, and I'm not big at all. I'm not trying. I'm not implying that I am, but sending me messages, and they are shocked that I actually respond. Which is like, how is it that people find it so normal for bigger YouTubers to just ignore them? Like, I just don't get it. Why would you don't want to
No.
talk to someone who likes your videos? Why, like, if someone joins my FC and he says hi, and I say hi back, he almost faints out of an orgasm. It's so weird.
I know. Well, if unless I'm doing something busy, I'm doing something. Hey, look, I make sense. Unless I'm busy doing something
Sure, yeah.
or something of the like, or say I do a lot of I'll watch, as I said, I'll watch movies and stuff that I'll download and all that stuff onto a different window. Unless
Yeah.
that something like that's happening, I may not accidentally see it. you chill enough, and I'm going to eventually see you. But I don't,
Yeah,
if
but
a
yeah,
person, this is what I think. All the big YouTubers, if they do nothing but ignore you, unsubscribe from them because they are not worth your subscription.
exactly. I couldn't agree more.
It's
It's
like with me, a lot of them, they're like, oh, how come you almost never respond to your comments? Because I get upwards of 100 a day in my inbox. If you really, really want to talk to me or something, PM me, private message me on YouTube.
yeah.
I respond to those most times, unless
There's gonna
it's,
be some hater right now. Oh, and I sent you one 15 years ago. You didn't respond. You bitch. Blah.
Oh, I know. I felt so bad once. This guy, he sent me this really nice message. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. And I had meant to hit respond or reply, and I hit block.
Oh,
And I was so mortified. I'm like, oh my God, what I do? He was such a nice person. Why? How did I just block him like that? And actually, a couple months later, I'm like, Kay, I think I said in a video or in a broadcast or a comment or something, the guy that I accidentally blocked that was really, really nice. Can you please message me back somehow on a different YouTube account so I can unblock you? So he didn't. So I ended up clearing my entire block list because I just felt so bad that I'd blocked
oh.
that one person that had been so nice. I'm like, no.
Well, that's dedication. If you don't love your subscribers, I don't know who does. Messaging everyone back saying thanks, still 10k subscribers for subscribing, actually unblocking your entire block list because one guy was so nice you accidentally blocked. I mean, oh my god. That's yeah, well, as you said before, like if you're watching a movie or something like that and you don't respond, it's not because you don't want to respond to that person in particular. It's just you're watching someone, and if it's a close friend to you, you would ignore him the same way as you would
Mhm.
that guy. Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
it's like I'll come back and I'll see that someone PM'd me and then it suddenly got bumped off my screen because I'm in, like, say right now, while I'm doing this video, I'm bank standing in Varrock on '07, and the Varrock Bank is where everyone's doing their selling, buying, and trading. So I don't see anything. I'm
Yeah.
just zoning out of it, right? So I've had friends, they'll message me on Skype, and Skype will finally pop up. Hey, why the hell aren't you answering me? I've been trying to get hold of you on RuneScape for like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I totally missed everything you were saying. I was just watching something. I got so enamored with what I was seeing that I just wanted to focus on it.
Yeah. Well, that's you have dedication. I really do admire that. Anyway, as for the last question, are you ready?
No, but okay.
I'll go anyway. Okay.
Damn it.
If there is one thing you could change about RuneScape right now, and you can choose if that's EOC or '07, maybe answer for them both, what would that be?
For both of them, it would be bots and gamblers would be completely gone. If you're not going to play the game right, or if you're going to scam someone, then get the hell off the game because you're pathetic. And also the amount of microtransactions on EOC, I would like to see those greatly decreased. I think more of the microtrans things that they're actually charging for should be made either extremely cheaper or free. As I said earlier, with the WoW and the transmogging stuff, so they should make more of that
All right.
available.
Okay. I think that's pretty clear. So, Jagex Mod, if you're listening, there we go.
Don't
um,
close out my channel for saying that, please. I love you.
see every Jagex Mod hating on your channel, like no. All right.
Crap.
Those were the 10 questions. Thank you for coming on my channel. Really did enjoy making this. Is there anything you would still like to say? Message you would want to give out?
One of my friends, Michael, says slowly slide the word nostril into one of your answers.
Nostril?
I don't know why. Yeah, no, I was on Skype with him when I was going around to all my credit card companies, and you know that stupid account balance premium thing that they try to convince you to sign up for on your credit card?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm taking a financial advisory course eventually, after I move, and just one of my trainers hinted me on a few things that's going to be taught, and one of the biggest fraud things is that account premium, they sell it on you that it's supposed to protect you, But if you look clearly at really closely at all the fine print, it actually is to protect the credit cards, not you. And one of my credit cards has a $4,600 limit on it, and the last thing I want to do is to pay nearly $50 a month on something that, if something should happen to me, is not going to hugely benefit me all that much.
Right.
So
And
I'd rather get coverage from someone that actually covers me as opposed to covering the banks. So, and they were like, "Okay, well, what is your what's your postal code?" And so they're like, V as in Victor, W as in whiskey, and all that stuff, right? To
hmm
make sure that the letters are right. N came up.
nostril.
Yes. I'm like, "Oh, it's not M as in Mary, it's N. What begins with an N?" And suddenly it popped up on Skype, nostril. And I'm like, nostril. And I started cracking up laughing because I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can't believe I just said nostril to this guy."
He's like, okay, nostril N, alright then.
So
Okay.
that's where that joke went. Yeah.
Well, Michael Nostril is in the conversation right now. It's about a 2 minute conversation just about your nostril. Thanks. All right, so I think it wraps it up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
All
I'm
right.
sorry this went a lot longer than I thought it would. I didn't think I would be that talky. Normally, I'm more of a listener myself.
Oh,
So,
actually, before we started recording, I was like, it's fine if you want to go more in depth on an answer. And she's like, no, I'm not that much of a talker. We'll be fine. Well, let's see. 15 minutes later, I don't know. It's fine though. It was a really enjoyable one. I want to thank you for coming on to my channel. I really did enjoy making this one. Um, as I said, the link to her channel is in the description. I don't know. Just is the Going Crazy 20? Does that one still exist?
no, if you go to it, it'll say that it got closed.
Oh, all right. Well, then only 201 will be in the description. Make sure to subscribe to her. She has awesome quest guide. As I said before, any quest pretty much in the game, isn't it? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much for that. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.
And thank you for having me. You've been awesome.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, guys.